You know where we are, ladies and gentlemen. This is the only tier list that matters. We're going to start with Abrams. Abrams, we're going to put somewhere between, we're going to put dead center between Sex and Mary. Actually, I'm going to put him more in this direction. Mainly because he's a detective, he works long hours, he's always in the line of fire, constant danger, constant worrying about him. You'd be better served with another more stable individual. And we're not picking from a great list here. Also, by the way, I have a wife. I'm just going to put that out there. She's going to be very confused by a lot of this. Bebop, somewhere between Mary and No. We're gonna put him right here. Bebop is a robot. Can't do a lot with that. You can do some stuff with that. There are people that are doing that kind of stuff. We're putting him closer to Mary, just because he takes care of the old lady who made him, and I think that's a very admirable thing. We're gonna put Dynamo. Hard Mary, straight up. Dynamo seems like a very nice gentleman. He seems like the type of guy to bring you flowers on a date. He's also, mostly like made of star stuff and things like that, so got a sort of a gravitational pull thing going on. If you catch my drift, there's a lot to like there, And also he just sounds nice. I like his voice. Great talent. We're gonna put out a hard no. That's an old man. Hayes. We're gonna put Hayes somewhere between. We're gonna put Hayes right here. Actually, right at the corner. There you go. Of Sex and Kill. Sex, one, because, you've seen her do the cardio. You see her back flipping around. She does cardio. She's got the legs. I'm a leg man. I'm going to let that explain itself. And the other part is because she's a Fed. Infernus. Infernus, we're going to put in between. We're going to put him close to where Abrams is. We're going to put Infernus close to where Abrams is. Mainly because, very specifically, he is a bartender. Again, works long hours, same deal. Makes probably pretty good money, but also would probably be liquored up a lot, Drunk men, being around drunk people, it can be a negative. It can be a negative. Not saying that if you're a bartender, you're a negative person. I'm just saying these are things to look out for. These are the types of things you look out for in the dating pool. Doesn't mean he's completely off the table. In fact, you know what? We'll put him right here. He's probably kind of fun. I would say he's probably dead center. Dead center. Ivy. Kelvin. We're gonna put Kelvin next to No. We're gonna put him right next to Grey Talon. Kelvin is a dead body. Kelvin died and got brought back to life by something. I don't think he's technically alive, and I think that crosses some boundaries for a lot of people. And if it doesn't, then you have some serious problems. Lady Geist, straight between. Oh, see, here's the problem. Okay, we're gonna have to change some stuff. Okay, Infernus, you're gonna go kind of in the same realm of Abrams. Abrams, you're gonna go closer to the no zone. And we're gonna put Lady Geist dead center. Yeah, Lady Geist dead center, because equidistant between these two, because one, heiress, lots of money. Two, eternally youthful, hot as hell. Three, experienced, because she's very old. That is a dangerous combination. That is yes, smack dab between the two of these things. Lash, we're gonna put him between we're gonna put Lash at No and Sex. Because Jacob Lash is a self-centered asshole. But at the same time, he puts his steps in, he puts his cardio in. At the same time, though, I have known people that do that are just absolutely dog shit at that. So we'll put him over here. Put him over here. I think that makes sense. McGinnis. I would usually probably put McGinnis over here, but here's the thing. We're talking about the character, I'm gonna put McGinnis right here. Because engineer, you know what I mean? Engineers are very focused people. Probably wouldn't see her a lot. She'd probably just be in the garage working on stuff. But at the same time, she seems laid back enough that you could probably grab a beer with her or something like that. Someone you could hang out with. But at the same time, I hate McGinnis players. So we're gonna go to Mo and Krill. Mo and Krill. We're gonna put Mo and Krill full no. Those are animals. Those are animal people. Not saying furries are bad, but I think in this particular case, this is literally a mole man. And let me tell you, I have my monster fucker permit. Only reason I'm saying no is because there's two of them, kind of mucks up the entire dynamic, but the only reason I'm putting them halfway close to Sex is because I'm pretty sure he's voiced by Matthew Mercer. That gets you an automatic pass in my book. Paradox. Hang on. I'm changing my mind slightly. We're gonna put her halfway to no. And here's my reasoning on this. Paradox is a master thief, criminal, which is, for one, hot, but on the other hand, you don't get to know the actual person. Yeah, I mean, it takes you away from this dynamic, which is why she's on the other end. You want to have a sense of intimacy with the person that you're with. Is this a one-time thing? What is this? All I'm saying is, Paradox, I want to know what we are. Pocket, they're an interesting case. I would put Pocket right here, because rich dad, you could marry for the money, genuinely seems to hate all the things that they're doing, so there is a strong moral compass there. Also frogs, I like frogs. 7, hard no. In fact, kill. Yeah, just straight up kill. There are some ladies that are like, and I'm saying, no, you don't want that. You can fantasize about that all you want. You don't want that. Vindicta. Here's the problem with Vindicta. Pretty sure Vindicta is a corpse that has been reanimated. Now, I have my monster fucker permit. If I say yes to Vindicta, I have to say yes to Kelvin too. Here's the problem though, is I hate Kelvin more, but I also hate Vindicta. So I'm gonna put Vindicta closer than Lash. And I'm not a feet guy. I'm a leg man. Warden. I'm gonna put Warden on this side. I wish I didn't put these on the opposite ends, mainly because he's a cop. We're gonna put him over here in the cop zone. He's a cop, no. Wraith runs a crime syndicate. Knows magic. Magical arms. Wait a minute, magical arms. Extra magical arms. We're gonna put Wraith right here. Yamato. We're also gonna put Yamato right here. Now, not this Yamato. I'm talking about the other one. If you've seen the other Yamato art, we're gonna go with that, because that neuron activates a lot of things for me. Viscous. Okay, Viscous. This is the tough one, because canon, I'm pretty sure Viscous is like 2 years old, or like 1 billion years old because ocean. So I'm gonna put Viscous right over here, because I feel like Viscous is more of a friend than like a sexual partner, but at the same time, I have my monster fucker permit, and let me tell you, slime is sublime. Shiv. I'm gonna put Shiv right here. Right here. Don't want to marry him, but look at that pompadour, man. Come on. Look at that jawline. Mirage. I feel like Mirage. Here's what we'll do. Lady Geist goes closer towards kill because, eat the rich. Mirage will stay over here because Mirage, all he's trying to do is make a place for his djinn. And, that place could be in Wyoming with you on a homestead or something like that. Think about it. There you have it. This is my list. I'm going to stick with it. I think this explains itself, especially this section right here. All right, the real tier list, the reason you tuned in. First and foremost, Abrams. Abrams is going to go in A. A very, very bad player can take Abrams and do some good things. That makes them very accessible and makes him a very strong pick in my book. Dynamo. Dynamo is an S tier. He's very, very strong. Useful in every situation. Even a person that is very bad at the game can do incredible plays with Dynamo. We have proved that in person. We have someone that was brand new to the game, played Dynamo, and we just face rolled an entire team. Bebop. I'm going to put Bebop in B, because Bebop has some playmaking potential with his kit. Holden said it, my boy Holden said, Bebop feels the most like a league character than any other character in the game, and I agree with that statement. He has a lot of utility, a lot of things that he can do, and that's why I'm going to put him here, because he's also, in the hands of a bad player, not that great. Haze. I'm going to put the current Haze in S. The current Haze is an S because every Haze that I've played against in every game has completely stomped the enemy team, and you are capable of doing incredible plays with her, and she feels quite unstoppable at the moment. Great Talon, we're going to put in D. Really only useful in a certain subset of people's hands, and has the potential to carry, but takes a while to get to that carry state. I'm going to put Infernus in a state above that. If you're using very specific builds with Infernus, you can become like a B or an A tier player. Overall, I'm going to put Infernus in C. Ivy. Very strong at the moment. I'm gonna stand by Ivy being an S. I think Ivy is an insane insane carry potential hero, and once you get her going, it's really hard to stop her. Kelvin, I'm gonna put in B with Bebop. Kelvin has a lot of potential to carry your team to victory through support, through healing, and through a bunch of other stuff that you can do with him. In the hands of a good player, he's unstoppable in some circumstances. In others, he is utter dog shit and just gets on his Santa sleigh and tries to get out of every single team fight because someone dies. Lady Geist, I'm gonna put an A. Lady Geist has a lot of carry potential, a lot of really good single target removal. Laning against her is an absolute chore. Everybody hates it. Her gun is insanely strong, still has not been touched at all. Or at least I think it hasn't been touched at all. I'm gonna have to check the Bible on that one. Very, very strong. However, does take a little bit of technical knowledge about the game in order to use as effectively as possible, so maybe in a B? Yeah, no, she goes in A. She goes in A. I think she also teaches you to be better at the game by playing her. Lash, we're gonna put in A as well. Jacob Lash is an asshole. He's also very, very useful in almost every situation. McGinnis, I'm gonna put in B because McGinnis players, you know who you are, sweaty aimbots half the time, and the other half the time they're just playing the turret game and you can just barely deal with them at all. But again, bad player, easy to counter. Mo and Krill, S tier right now. Mo and Krill is strong as hell. I think always has been. Very difficult to deal with in sometimes both situations, on your team and on the enemy team, but as long as you play around his ult, God, you're doing everything right. It's great. Paradox, I would put an S, but I'm gonna put an A, because a good Paradox is an S tier, God tier player. A bad Paradox doesn't really do much. It has the same game-making potential as Bebop on a different type of scale. Bit longer of a cooldown, but more carry potential for the late game. I've seen Paradox players that are absolutely unstoppable. Pocket, we're gonna put Pocket in B. No, A. I think good Pocket players are the bane of your enemy's existence, and bad Pocket players are dead weight half the time. More often than not, if you've got someone confident enough to pick Pocket, it's a joke, they're going to absolutely dominate the enemy team. Most of the time. Seven is a strong B right now. He's been in a weird state for the past couple of patches. I think, honestly, he's in a good spot right now. He's pretty heavily balanced and he's easily counterable. I don't think he's good. I don't think he's bad. I think he's quite strong. He can farm like a motherfucker. Vindicta, I'm gonna put Vindicta in A. A lot of people tend to put Vindicta at the bottom of this list. They're like, a Vindicta is so garbage. Some people even put her like at like C or B, and they're like, she's okay. I think Vindicta is really, really strong for the early game, and if you can shut your opponents, especially in the current patch, early game, if you're not playing at like the highest tier, if you're like where I am, which is like dog shit, emissary, whatever, Vindicta, early game, can shut down an entire lane by herself, like 9 times out of 10. Especially, God, if you're in a solo lane with her, it's over. Because you either have to A, play at range, and if you're not playing a ranged character, I guess, fuck you. I'm seeing a lot of games where even Vindictas on my team just absolutely dominate the enemy teams. Vindicta has been dominating my side of the elo bracket. Warden, we're gonna put Warden at like C. He's okay. He has some carry making potential. He's got some really good assassin stuff you can do with him, but he doesn't have the same, Swiss Army that everybody else has. Wraith. We're gonna put Wraith at like here. For the same reason I'm gonna put Vindicta, not quite as good as Haze right now, but basically has a free 3 kills on tier 3 on a 60-second cooldown, and I've seen it used multiple times to just completely shut people out of the game. Wraith is very strong to me. And this is probably just indicative of the elo that I'm in. Yamato should be up here or up here, right? You're wrong. Yamato's gonna be here. That Yamato? That's the enemy team's Yamato. They're a god. They're unkillable. Your Yamato is attaching themselves to the Lash, running into the enemy team, wondering where her team is and why no one's going in with her, and then dying, and then screaming at you about it over VC. Viscus. I'm gonna put Viscus in S, and this is gonna be controversial for a lot of people. Every Viscus I have ever played with, or at least played against in my elo, is a monster. They're unstoppable, unkillable. It has a button that literally not only CCs you, but also lets them get out of jail scot-free every single time. Actually, it has 2 of those, including the punch, because they can punch themselves up. So that's what I have to say about that. Viscous players are monsters. I said it once, I'll say it again. Shiv. We're gonna put Shiv in A. A good Shiv can really just hard stop an enemy team. A bad one can kind of do okay, but at the same time, if they're not really helping the team, they're not doing too much. So actually, I'll probably take him down to B. I feel really bad for Grey Talon. He's just not in a good spot right now. Mirage. Here's my thing about Mirage. I've been playing a dickload of Mirage recently. Mirage, I'm gonna put in C. He's strong. He's got a very, very good passive triggerable ability. Here's where I'm at with Mirage right now. I've been trying to make him work, and the thing about Mirage is you have to get going really, really quickly, and if you don't escalate as fast as you can, it just does not work, and you're pretty much stuck just playing the farm game for 10 to 15 minutes at a time. So yeah, here's my actual tier list for this. If you guys want me to do one for items too, that could be fun if I end up having to take another week. Thank you guys for watching. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Twitch.tv/BaronJPlaysGames.